Hello and welcome to Cambridge University Botanic Garden for another Wellness Wander. I'm Sally PETITT and I'm Head of Horticulture here, and we're delighted this week to have been able to welcome the public to enjoy our garden with us for the first time in a few months. Today we're going to be walking through our bee borders and Glasshouse Bays. The bee borders are just coming to their summer peak. And if we listen closely, we can hear that they are abuzz with bees. One of the great attractions for the pollinators is ERYNGIUM giganteum, the thistle also known as Miss Wilmot's ghost. And also nestling in here, number of foxgloves. So this is DIGITALIS purpurea Dalmatian variety. And the gorgeous blues here of Salvia nemorosa lubeca. And the cottage garden favourite, Stachys byzantina. With these beautiful spires that are covered in soft downy hairs and give it the common name lamb's ear. And we're just going to take a small diversion round this unusual tree, CARRIEREA CALYCINA, which has very distinct foliage and red petioles to the leaves and these beautiful creamy, quite closed cup-shaped flowers. This is a Chinese species and it belongs to the willow family. Other seasonal highlights, the ECHIUMs or BUGLOSS, and Linaria purpurea. This is a pink form of it. I'm doing particularly well in this section of the bee borders. One of the delphiniums, this is Delphinium REQUINIT. It has these gorgeous spikes of flower. And again, another effective bee attractant. And just coming into flower here, one of the MONARDAs. This is Monarda FISTULOSA. You can see here the lipped flowers, which are typical of the mint family of which this is a member. And it also has scented foliage when crushed. But again, another great pollinator plant. It is another glorious day here in the garden, and we'll just take a look back across the bee borders. Just to see them in their their full glory. In the background we can see the glass houses, and we're now going to head to the Glasshouse Bays to have a look at what's in flower there. I always think the bays are worth a nose around, really. They provide particular microclimates for plants that we wouldn't normally be able to grow outside here at Cambridge, and they really are a treasure trove for some of the more unusual plants you might see here. And they really give an immersive feel as well. So here in the first bay, this lovely Grevillea iaspicula. And a plant from New Zealand, this is DIANELLA REVOLUTA, which has these very, very delicate bell-shaped flowers with yellow stamens. And heading round to the Mediterranean here, so we can enjoy the early flowers of our GIGANTEUM and this extraordinary plant, balm of Gilead, CEDRONELLA CANARIENSIS, which has highly scented foliage if it's crushed. Just heading into the South American plantings here. Just worth having a look at this extraordinary relative of the potato. This is Fabiana imbricata, which has these tiny, almost trumpet-shaped flowers. And heading back out, just taking in the beautiful golden flowers of Grindalia chiloensis. And curiously, the buds of this plant have almost sticky sap to protect them before they flower, but putting on quite a show now. And heading back up past the bee borders and the alpine house, and heading into the sage bay, where we have a good variety of salvias planted, but of particular note at the moment is this beautiful Beschorneria septentrionalis. Pineapple sage here, Salvia elegans, and a few flower spikes of Lobelia laxiflora just showing through. And this will carry on flowering right through into autumn. And then as we make our way out, we can enjoy here Beschorneria eucoides, which is also growing very well on the systematic beds. And beside it, this glorious combination of Hunnemania fumarifolia, which is a member of the poppy family, growing alongside Verbena rigida, and this just makes a very, very striking combination. And here, more flowers that will persist right through into autumn. So the scarlet flowers of Dahlia coccinea, which are just nestled in amongst Dahlia murkii, here in front of the palm house. And some beautiful lush foliage here of Musa basjou, one of the hardiest of the bananas, and Ensete ventricosa. And nestled here amongst the foliage is this wonderful flower of Musella laciocarpa, which is another relative of the banana, coming from China, Vietnam, Laos and Myanmar. And just popping over into South Africa, Nymphophia uvaria. Past these wonderful leaves of Tetrapanax papyrifer, and casting our eye over this glorious colour sheet of succulents from South Africa. So Delospermas, and one of our particular highlights at the moment, the beautiful Aloe polyphylla, which is spectacular in flower but also has these gorgeous basal rosettes which have this beautiful fractal patination. And heading to the last bay, more flower spikes for us. So we thought last year was the year of the flower spike, but we have more again this year. So here we have a mass of flower spikes on Nalina microcarpa, and in full flower at the moment, Yucca Vittorio-Emmanuele, with these beautiful pendant cream flowers. And our last stop today is going to be at the head of this Glasshouse Bay. Unfortunately, our visitors are not going to be able to get into this bay because we still have our awnings up. But if we look up above us, we can see the flower spike of Puya chilensis. And if you can get a bit closer, you can see these glorious turquoisey green flowers, which are almost trumpet shaped and have orange stamens poking out of them. We're delighted to have this in flower. It came into the garden as seed in 2011 and has grown to make this magnificent basal form of numerous spined rosettes, which erupt to produce this single flower spike. Thank you for joining me on this week's Wellness Wander. I hope you'll join us again soon. Goodbye.